Czechast, a podcast in English about Czech and Moravian society, history, culture and economy.
Hello and welcome to Czechast, the podcast in English about all things Czech. I'm Vít Pohanka. As Easter comes around, I thought it would be worth dusting off and bringing back this report from the archives of Radio Prague International as a Czechast special. It's a conversation I recorded a few years ago with Miki Erdinger, an evangelical minister known for taking church beyond traditional spaces, sometimes even into a rock club. In a country often described as one of the most secular in Europe, we talked about what Easter really means beyond traditions and beyond labels, not just for Protestants, but Czechs in general. So here is my report based on that conversation.
Czechast, a podcast in English about all things Czech. Whether you're an English-speaking expat living in Czechia and Slovakia, or a descendant of the Czechs, Moravians and Slovaks who left for a better life in America, Australia, Britain or Canada so long ago that you don't speak the language of the old country, this podcast in English is for you.
The bell on the St. Procopius Church calls all Catholics of the city of Žďár nad Sázavou for evening prayers. But I have a meeting with a young Protestant minister. Michael, or Miki Erdinger, is a bit of a local personality. For example, some time ago he organized Sunday evangelical meetings for general public in arguably the most prominent nightclub in this small city of some 20,000 people. It was a huge success, and interviews with Miki on both local and national media followed. However, today I'm not meeting him in a nightclub, but a nice local cafe, literally stone's throw away from the main Catholic church in town. I want to talk about the significance of Easter for his evangelical church of Czech brethren. And Miki starts with a short explanation of what Protestants and Catholics actually share about this religious festival.
Easter is the main celebration of Christianity because Jesus Christ, if he wasn't crucified and resurrected, he will be just a clever person. You know, we Christians believe that he died for our sins. It means that the resurrection was the way how God say, you human, I like you, I love you so much. I want that after your death, you will come to me. And this is the reason why Jesus was crucified and died. But in 3 days came the resurrection. It was like a, let's say, stamp that God really said, this is true, and I promise to you, human, that you will have it the same way.
So Easter serves as a celebration of this promise, but belief remains a crucial element of this festival.
It's a secrecy. We don't know how it will go, when it will be. It's something because this is the fate. It's not right like that. It is so. If we say, yeah, I believe because I saw, then it's not belief. Belief is that you are not really sure, but you think this way. You believe because you believe what's in the Bible. You believe because you feel somehow in your life that God is somehow working in your life, sending you and some angels or helps you when you are sad or whatever. And I believe that it will go this way. And it's the same if you are Protestant or Catholic.
Okay, and now about the differences. For Protestants, Good Friday is the day of perhaps the most intense and important meditation of Easter. In Catholic Church, it is the time of mournful remembrance.
For Catholics, it's the only day in a year they don't have the Holy Communion. Because Jesus died and we are sad about it. In a Protestant way, we are more focusing on the Jesus death, like taking our sins. The Friday celebration is to get in your mind how much me as a person I need the forgiveness of God for my sins, what I do or what I do bad. So we connected that together. Sometimes you can hear from the Catholic community that we are celebrating mainly the death of Jesus Christ. It's not so. For Catholics, it's more just sadness. For us, it's more thinking about my sins and about how much I need Jesus' death. And Sunday, I think that celebration is the same. But Catholics are enjoying much more the celebration. They have the service many hours. They are standing in the evening on Saturday, and they have fires or whatever. It's much more celebration from the view. We, as a Protestant, are more focusing on celebrating in ourselves. It's inside ourselves. It goes from the faith or meaning that I have my personal relation with God, and a preacher or minister or priest is a guide in my faith. In a Protestant point of view, the priest is not a mediator between man and God, but it's more the guide.
So while the Catholics mourn the death of the Son of God on Friday and celebrate Sunday as the day when Jesus Christ rose from the dead, the Czech brethren do not see the Easter Sunday as an occasion for special services.
It's quite similar, like ordinary Sundays. It's not a big deal. The difference is, for example, the songs are about resurrection, or we have a Holy Communion, which is not so regularly. We have Holy Communion, let's say, here in Žďár we have once a month, not each Sunday. If you are insider, you see the differences. But if you look from outside on service on Eastern and service on ordinary Sunday, you will not see many differences. It's mainly focusing on a message, on the Bible verses, on the sermon of priest. It's not focusing on celebration and dancing or whatever.
But doesn't the Catholic Church, with its beautiful cathedrals and rituals, have a big advantage in trying to keep and attract followers? For example, especially in neighboring Poland, Easter is a time of countless public processions, masses that are broadcast outside churches. And what can a small Protestant church like the Czech Brethren, in a country like Czechia, do in response to social and other media? Because it's through them that young people predominantly see and understand the world around them. How do you personally try to raise interest of young people in God?
The main thing how to do that is to be honest, to be authentic, and to show that the belief or faith in God is something what is really strongly connected with the life. If you want to be authentic to the young people, you should show that belief and your Christian faith is a part of ordinary life. It's nothing what is outside life. Human life and belief and faith is something what goes together. There is no fence in between. This is the first thing. And the second thing, to be authentic, to behave as a Christian, to behave as you speak. Me as a preacher, it's really necessary to behave as you preach. So I think that these two things are the best way how to show to the young people that it's something what helps in your life, that faith is something what all ancestors of these young people were living Christian belief.
But how do you practically go about it? I mean, obviously, it's not always easy to bring the people into the church, into the community. You have to reach them somehow. How do you go about it?
I see 2 points of view on this thing. One is how to search for people, like bringing them to the church. And another way is, and that's let's say something what I do more often, to go out, not with the main goal picking all new members of the church, but to go out with the gospel and with the Christian message, and to show that it's here, and it's here for you. And if there are anybody who come and ask, I fulfill my goal. Yes, I understand that if I just go out and say the gospel and speak with people all around, in the pubs or cafeterias or wherever, then we will lose our membership. Because if I just say that without any picking new people, that the church will lose members. But I'm trying to work especially with the new coming members of the church. It means these children and young people. It's not easy to hold them in the church, because what is a church? I think that the church as a system is something what really make any borders between people. I think that our nation, like a Czech nation, is not so atheistic, but is anti-clerical. People believe in something, they can say, I believe in God, but I don't need a church. And to support young people to be members of the church is something what is not so easy. So if they have some background, like from the families, then it's my goal to keep them as the members of the church.
If you go to the rock club, Matiskav, like you do here,
okay,
are you satisfied with the fact that people will listen and speak to you, even if they don't go to the church every Sunday?
At the beginning, I would like to say that a service in a church is a center point of all local churches. If we do not make any service in the church, like the Sunday service, I think that it will be really bad. But this is not only one thing which is church running or doing. There are several programs through a week for children, for youth, for old people. There are several activities which are not only focusing on Bible. It means inviting any guests who can say something interesting, or we are doing trips for our people or whatever. So on one side, service and the community and building communities is one thing which is really necessary for surviving of church. On the other side, especially in the Czech Republic, where the Christianity is not so popular and a lot of people are looking on Christians like you are fools, or we don't know what they are doing, you are a little bit strange or whatever. If we have a possibility to show that Christianity is something, let's say, normal, something what is not foolish, then I am really satisfied about it. Because first step is to show that we are normal. To get personal belief, it's next step. So I'm satisfied if people are going to the rock club. I'm satisfied if people in a pub, just if I'm going there for a beer, are asking me what is it, what I'm doing, what many people are thinking that I'm working just on Sunday in the morning and the rest of the week I'm just resting, and it's not true. So I'm satisfied with it.
That was Miki Erdinger speaking about faith, Easter, and what it means to live belief as part of everyday life. And just to bring his story up to date, since we recorded this conversation, Miki has moved on quite a journey. He spent some time in Ukraine, serving as a minister in Czech communities in the south of the country. After returning to Czechia, he settled in eastern Bohemia. So today he serves as a minister in Třebechovice pod Orebem, as well as nearby Kostelec nad Orlicí. If you enjoyed this special episode of Czechast, please don't forget to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and check out more stories on radio.cz. Thank you for listening, stay safe, stay healthy, stay curious, and as we say in Czech, naslyšenou.
Czechast, a podcast in English about all things Czech. Whether you're an English-speaking expat living in Czechia and Slovakia, or a descendant of the Czechs, Moravians and Slovaks who left for a better life in America, Australia, Britain or Canada so long ago that you don't speak the language of the old country, this podcast in English is for you.